The Armed Forces provides amazing training.
I think about veterans as people who have already figured out how to serve.
My military skills have been essential.
Hiring veterans is a great business case. They're the best employees we have. They're flexible, hardworking, and they're used to a global workplace.
If that isn't an asset to any company, I don't know what is.
Hiring America, the award-winning television job fair for American veterans. Connecting you with companies who know your value. Learn about employers who are actively hiring today and organizations that support veterans. Your future success starts right here on Hiring America.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television series that helps military veterans find jobs and transition into meaningful careers. I'm Lauren Wonko. Today you're going to hear from companies that are actively recruiting veterans and from organizations who serve the military community. We're also speaking with veterans like you who've made successful transitions into the civilian workforce. We'll connect you to job openings and give you the information to get you the job you deserve. Log on to our website, hiringamerica.net, for more information and connect with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Dr. Shereef Elnahal is the Senior Advisor to the Undersecretary for Health for Best Practices at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. He has led a major initiative to establish consistency in clinical and administrative best practices to better serve the veteran community. Dr. Elnahal, welcome to Hiring America.
Thanks so much, Lauren.
What is the Diffusion of Excellence initiative?
So Diffusion of Excellence is a program that was commissioned by some of our senior leaders to make sure that care is consistent throughout the system. So really, veterans view the VA as a brand, much like any of the major brands in restaurants or whatever you might experience as a customer. And so when a veteran is traveling and they're used to getting care at a VA in one location, they really expect that you'll see the same thing in terms of services when they go to another location. And so when I entered, and when the Undersecretary entered about a month before me, we found that that wasn't the case. And so we're really trying to find out what's being done really well in certain parts of the country and make sure that every other VA in the system learns about it. And so I've been managing that initiative since last year.
What do you think are some of the specific challenges that the VA is facing right now?
So some of the challenges that leadership has identified, and as well as a lot of our stakeholders like Congress and of course veteran service organizations and veterans themselves, are access to care, the ability for employees to feel valued and engaged in their work, and then finally, of course, and most importantly, the veteran experience. How does the veteran feel walking into a hospital or a clinic? Are they treated well and are their needs met? And so those are the three areas that we focused on the most with Diffusion of Excellence.
So how does the process work?
So the way we've approached this is that we actually sent out a solicitation to all of our frontline employees and said, if you do something great for veterans, or if you started a program, or if you made a change and made things more efficient, something positive that veterans have felt and were able to see, let us know about it. So we got almost 300 submissions from frontline employees, doctors, nurses, people who answer the phone, clerks, who have taken it upon themselves when nobody was looking to really improve the system. We got a lot more submissions than we thought, so we had to narrow them down ultimately to a top 13 that we were going to commit to spreading throughout the system.
Is this initiative a direct response to the concerns and criticisms?
It's one of the responses, absolutely. I mean, the 5 priorities that the Undersecretary has for transforming the system includes making sure that the care we have is integrated, consistent, so that when a veteran walks into a facility in one place in the country and they travel to another place, they're really getting the same excellent customer experience.
And were you also brought on to ensure that as well?
I was. I had experience as a physician myself. I also have done quality improvement projects both within the VA health system and DoD facilities. And so I have experience in health systems with great missions that are run by the government. And so I was tasked with doing this by the Undersecretary for that reason.
Tell us a little bit more about your background.
So I also spent a year doing a White House fellowship here in DC, which was a very great experience. And they happened to place me at VA. And so I was asked to run an initiative around best practices, and out came Diffusion. And so I'm actually staying on because I really think the mission that the VA is trying to solve for veterans is just so meaningful. And so I'm actually leaving clinical medicine for a period to do this.
How would you rate the overall healthcare quality, patient safety, and operations management within the VA at this point?
Our healthcare quality in the VA has been some of the top performing sites in the country for decades now. In fact, there was a recent study published by the RAND Corporation that showed that we have better outcomes than a lot of our private sector and even academic partners in the system. And there are many other studies to back that up. And so I would say that is the best strength that we have. And even so, there are areas that need a little bit of help with that. And we're using Diffusion of Excellence to identify what models of care work best and, most importantly, deliver the best health outcomes.
To that point, what would your response be to veterans watching saying, I'm so disappointed in the services, specifically in hospitals within the VA, the 2014 wait time scandal, other investigations and reports that followed. The trust just isn't there.
Well, you know, what I would say is leadership hears you, we hear you, and it's something we've been working on since the crisis 2 years ago. You know, some of the things that happened at that time by certain isolated employees were not really excusable, and so we're holding those employees accountable. But something they should realize is that the vast majority of employees in our system really work here because they are so engaged in the mission. And so we have been, throughout the last year, engaging with veterans in town halls and getting feedback about what to improve, how to improve our community care. All of our leaders are trying to do that, and we're trying to do our best to improve where we're lacking.
You offer other services besides healthcare.
We do. In fact, the system is not just a healthcare system. We focus on veteran homelessness, making sure we can get people housing, the experience of transitioning from DoD to civilian life. We really try to improve that process. And of course, the entire issue of preventing suicides is really, other than just emergency care, I mean, you really have to invest in a great environment and a supportive environment for veterans. And one example of the way we're doing that is we're supporting something called Community Veteran Engagement Boards. And there are about 80 of them throughout the country that are really just a place for veterans to be coming together and talking about ways not only that the VA can help them, but their surrounding community, engaging politicians, engaging social services offered outside of the VA. And so we're very much involved in a lot of that holistic work.
How can veterans find out more information about the services offered within the VA?
They can go to www.vets.gov. That is the main veteran-facing website for all of our services. In terms of the projects that we're doing for Diffusion, there is a blog called Vantage Point that you can find online. And you can also follow us on Twitter at #VADiffusion.
Doctor, thanks for joining us on Hiring America.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of Hiring America in a moment.
My name is Adam Williams, and I'm the recruiting manager at Dart Transit. We love military veterans, and we want you. I want you to know that we're going to be able to offer you a job. At the end of the day, we're going to find the best option for you. We have over-the-road jobs, we have regional jobs, and we have local jobs. So come visit us at darttruckingjobs.com, and we'll find the best option for you.
The Army and Air Force Exchange Service, also known as AAFES, enhances the quality of life for military members and their families at military installations around the world by offering quality goods and services tax-free at a savings to its customers. Colonel Karen Fleming is the Deputy Director of Logistics for AAFES, and she joins us here in Dallas at the Great American Trucking Show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Colonel Fleming, you've had a long career in the military since 1990 in all parts of the world. Can you tell us about your career and what led you to AAFES?
Yes, I've been in the military for 26 years. I've served from Korea to Fort Hood, Texas, Houston, Texas, Germany, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Iraq. So I've had a lot of experiences in the military in the last 26 years. The way the military system works and assignments within the military is you have a wish list of assignments that are coming available, and you get the opportunity to rack and stack your assignments. So AAFES just happened to be at the top of my list, and I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to learn more about what they did in service to our nation and to our soldiers. So I asked for that as my first assignment, and fortunately I got it. So I've been with the exchange for about a little over 2 years now.
And for those viewers who aren't very familiar with AAFES, can you tell us a little more about the company?
Yes, started out in a tent 121 years ago as service to the service members in locations away from home. We also have establishments in 50 states in the United States, as well as 33 countries around the world. So we provide goods and services from retail items to car care centers, convenience stores, and military clothing stores around every military installation within the continental United States as well as overseas. So we like to say that we serve the best customers in the world, and it's a great opportunity for anyone seeking employment to be a part of our love for our soldiers through the services that we provide to them.
What kinds of jobs are available at AAFES?
From a retail clerk to mid-level managers to truck drivers. We're at the Great American Truck Show, so we are reaching out to veteran drivers. Just anything that you can imagine in a retail organization, we have those opportunities here at the Exchange.
Are careers at the Exchange often stateside or around the world?
They can be around the world. We are everywhere. We're in Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait. We're in the Pacific, in Japan, Okinawa, Korea. We're also in Europe, Germany, Italy. So we have operations in some pretty cool places, and like I said, we go to contingency locations, and we're just a little taste of home. When our soldiers are on the battlefield, the first thing they normally ask is, where is the Exchange? So we go wherever they go, and that's a great service to provide to our servicemen and women.
Does AAFES have a military hiring initiative?
Yes, 12% of our associates are veterans. About 21% are spouses of military servicemen and women, and we have about 13% that are family members. So we're always looking to hire our veterans and those who are family members of our veterans.
We understand AAFES is also a lead partner with the Military Spouse Employment Partnership. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. Our military members, as everyone knows, move around a lot, quite frequently. And our family members obviously move with them. And a lot of times it's very difficult for them to go to a new location and find employment. So we reach out to those family members and offer them employment with the Exchange. So as I said, we are everywhere that our soldiers are. So it's a great opportunity for us to hire our spouses to make that transition for our service members a little bit easier.
Where can veterans find out some more information about the organization?
If they go to shopmyexchange.com, they can find information on how they can be a team member with the Exchange.
Colonel Karen Fleming from AAFES, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more of Hiring America in a moment.
Go to hiringamerica.net and cast your vote for the veteran finalists competing in the Transition Trucking Driving for Excellence Award.
Fastport wanted to reward that entrepreneurial mindset. So we actually partnered with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce in Kenworth to create the Transition Trucking Driving for Excellence contest.
It's been narrowed down to 3 drivers who are competing for a brand new Kenworth T680 truck. The voting will end on November 11th, and the winner will be announced on December 16th at the Pentagon.
We went to Kenworth and asked them, hey, wouldn't it be a great idea to give a truck away to a veteran? To give a truck away to a veteran. These are not cheap by any stretch, and it's never been done before.
I've always been around machinery my entire life, My dad is a retired road grader operator, so I thought, what a better way to provide service to our country, not being in the military anymore, than to be an over-the-road trucker.
I think that I was chosen by the providence of God, and I'm proud to represent the service and proud to represent my company.
If I win the truck, it'll be life-altering. It'll change my life for the rest of my life. This would be one serious jump start to that entrepreneurial career.
It's valued at about $150,000. So it's really going to be a life-changing asset, because what it's going to do is it's going to give the person that's working for someone right now a fleet, driving their trucks, not having to worry about the maintenance or the fuel or anything else. They're going to be able to own their own equipment and not have to have a truck payment associated with that. So it's going to give them a real jump start in their career.
Cast your vote now for the first winner of the Transition Trucking Driving for Excellence Award at hiringamerica.net.
This veteran employer transition tip brought to you by USAA, a proud supporter of America's military, serving veterans since 1922.
The military stands, the 5 branches, on a set of core values. And these are words like courage and integrity and service before self. These words are the pivotal point in a veteran's life. This is how they live their lives in the military, how they live their lives post-military. They live by a code, live by honor, and live by integrity. So when you hire a veteran, you'll get a moral compass that does not deviate.
Veterans bring a natural sense of teamwork and selflessness to the workplace that doesn't so naturally exist in the business environment sometime. And when the rest of your employees see their dedication to we make it or we don't as a team, that can be inspirational. That can drive that teamwork mindset that a lot of corporations could use to improve on.
It really boils down to their ability to adapt and overcome. The flexibility that military members have to learn new missions. It's really not about what they can do for that particular job for you. We can teach them how to be a call center operator. We can teach them how to work in project management. Really what you are looking for is their ability to learn quickly and a bias toward action of getting things done.
Veterans know how to make stuff happen. Doesn't matter what you ask them to do, they're going to make it happen. It might be a challenge to some hiring leaders when trying to help a veteran define what they want to do, because we've been trained to basically say we can do anything. And so for folks that aren't used to working with veterans, when they hear that, it could come across as indecision, or they don't know what they want to do with their lives. It's the furthest from the truth. It's that they can. Give them a task and they'll get it done.
The U.S. trucking industry has committed to hiring 100,000 veterans in the next 2 years. Military experience, regardless of MOS, is highly valued. One of the leading employers of veterans in the trucking industry is DART Transit.
Hi, I'm Fred Witherspoon, a driver for DART, a veteran of the U.S. Marines, the Air National Guard, and the U.S. Army.
My name is Brian Sweeney. I'm an owner-operator with DART Transit. I drive a Freightliner Cascadia 2016. I started out in the Air Force as an air traffic controller and finished up my military career as an Army National Guard military police officer. The best things about working for DART is the people that I work with. My fleet manager, my dispatchers, they keep me moving. If I ever have an issue, people are always helpful and always want to correct the issue.
I chose DART because it seemed like it offered a family-oriented atmosphere. First-name basis with a lot of personnel, fleet managers, and upper management, and they seem to really be attuned to my personal needs as a veteran.
I chose DART because it was the best fit for me and my family. I usually take off on Sunday night, and I'm usually home around Fridays. If I need to be home early because of family issues or anything like that, it's not a problem, and if I want to stay out later, they work with me on that too.
They take care of you. They make sure that if you have any special needs, that they'll accommodate you appropriately. If I had to tell a veteran to come to DART, I'd tell them come as soon as they could.
Thanks for watching. The information we've just shared is all on our website, hiringamerica.net. Log on and find out about more companies who are hiring veterans. And don't forget to connect with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, where you can find helpful tips and watch full episodes of the show. I'm Lauren Wonko in Washington. Join us again next week for another episode of Hiring America.
Promotional consideration provided by JetBlue, a proud employer of those who've served. This program made possible by the generous support of the following companies: